So it's been about 2 months since I've been off of social media, which, yes, isn't a whole lot of time, but enough to have made some observations about some things. And one is how my basic definition of happiness and well-being has changed. In studying positive psychology, I'm learning that well-being can be categorized into hedonic, what gives us pleasure now, and eudaimonic, what will give us deep-rooted meaning in the long run, i.e., if you're a parent, maybe you don't feel a lot of pleasure when you're raising your kids and they're being bratty, but you know it is meaningful for you in the long term. And yes, as a Greek person, I also have to point out that both philosophies come from ancient Greece. Happiness for me has always been grounded in something more meaningful. I hate small talk, but love a deep conversation about things I care about. However, I could quickly see that this definition was getting skewed whenever I went on TikTok or Instagram. Suddenly, my happiness depended on whether or not I got the latest lip product that was trending, the latest it bag or sneaker, this sense of hedonic pleasure. What can I get right now, right here, that will make me happy? It was attached to these quick and intense bursts of momentary pleasure, which, if you ask me, never really give you anything substantial in the long run. The eudaimonic feeling that I really wanted wasn't really aligned with the things that I was doing. So not being online and being behind in trends and pop culture, it's given me a lot more time to carve out new definitions of contentment in my day-to-day. And yes, I say contentment because I've been striving for a baseline of feeling content in my day, rather than depending on this heightened sense of euphoria, which is what scrolling was essentially doing to my brain. And what it in turn has allowed the feelings of happiness when I experience them is that I notice them a lot more. They're more special and meaningful. They stand out because they have a different kind of resonance to them. I know it might sound overly simplistic to say, but those little things really and truly make me feel the most happy. Like when my morning coffee hits in the way that I want, when I'm talking to my niece over WhatsApp and she's offering me imaginary cups of tea, when I have like a really long phone call and I'm so connected to the person I'm talking to that I don't think about what I have to do next. Maybe these things don't happen to me every single day, but now I'm more present to actually notice and appreciate them. That, at this present moment, is what happiness is to me. It's pleasure, yes, but it's also substantiated with meaning. It's connections and purpose and a striving towards the bigger picture. In other words, it's a balance between hedonic and eudaimonic philosophies. I heard someone on YouTube talk about this idea, which I really loved, about time as a currency, and the fact that you can always get back more money, but you can't get back more time. The thing is, not being so chronically online has gifted me that forgotten luxury of being in control of my time once again. I'm way more intentional with how I spend it. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm suddenly without any flaws and that I don't waste some moments every now and then procrastinating, because we as humans will always find ways to do just that. However, it has grounded me back to the things that I forgot I liked doing so much, and the feelings that they bring me, like a yoga sequence first thing of a morning, actually getting through a whole book, being creative, full stop. I've even found new ways to explore adulthood, which in turn is making me feel like a kid all over again. Just the art of sitting on a park bench and watching water fountains do their little dance, I've discovered, gives me grounds to feel really happy. So yeah, happiness to me is a unique temperament all on its own, and one that you kind of have to define in your own way. I don't think that I would have had the clarity that I now do about all these things if I didn't take this much needed break from social media. Now, maybe doing drastic things like this doesn't have to be the catalyst for you to better understand your own sense of well-being. You can always ask yourself these questions regardless of circumstance. I do find having space and having time to allow these reflections has made all the difference. And it's why, to be honest, for the moment, I'm still very much content writing out this experiment and seeing what happens. And I just want to put forward the question to you, irrespective of if you are online or offline, what does happiness and well-being mean to you?